Alright guys, today we have a comparison between my 2024 ND3 Mazda Miata and a track-prepped 2022 ND2 Miata. I'm looking to begin modifying this ND3 and I will be tracking it. So Will's ND2 has about $12,000 worth of mods, and we're going to find out today how the stock example compares to the modified and which mods I'm going to be considering on my ND3. Both the ND2 and ND3 are powered by the same engine. That's a 2-liter naturally aspirated inline-4, making 181 horsepower, 151 pound-feet of torque, and the car weighs right around 2,300 pounds. The owner, Will, got in my car and he's like, oh damn, that new screen, that infotainment screen is so nice. It is definitely a big upgrade. And check this out, I got the Corse Motorsports wireless phone charger and phone mount. So you have to take off this dash piece, double side tape it there, and then bam, sticks with magnets, and it charges at the same time, which I love. Super clean. For both vehicles, we chose the 6-speed manual transmission because, of course, why would you have it any other way? And keep in mind that both these cars are also Club with the BBR package. BBR standing for BBS, Brembos, and Recaros. And that put the MSRP on this car right around, I want to say $38,000. It's about a $4,500 option to get that BBR package. We're going to turn traction off. And we have our electric power assist that has been recalibrated for the ND3. So we have lower friction and better feedback. And we also have that asymmetric LSD to increase rotation on corner exit and increase stability on corner entry. In this stock configuration, the Miata is actually pretty dialed for the canyons. As you guys can clearly see, this is not a perfect road surface. And because the Miata stock is quite soft, it's fairly comfortable and absorbs a lot of these imperfections without any drama. We have a lot of body roll though, which is intentional by Mazda because they say that helps you feel a sense of speed. Though I would argue it takes a second for it to set, which actually makes it harder to drive it closer to the limit. And that is one of the first things I want to change. Suspension. Coilovers, sway bars. But in this stock configuration, there's little to complain about. Let me give you guys a pull right here. Engine pulls consistently to 7,500 RPM. Nice and linear, a little bit quiet. The engine, not as much drama and soul as something like an S2000. Perfect pedal placement for heel toe. Shifter falls right to hand. Great ergonomics. And if I wasn't going to be tracking this car, I would actually not modify all that much, because for canyon street use, stock configuration is quite good. Again, apart from the body roll, which to me is not my preference. We got double wishbone on the front. Oh, nice. Nice rotation right there. It is such a pure distillation of a sports car. Front engine, rear wheel drive, manual transmission, double wishbone on the front, multi-link rear. They didn't cut any corners with this vehicle. The Miata to me is purity. It's focus. They've iterated and improved the car generation after generation. And what's truly remarkable is that in this fourth generation, the ND, they actually have it very close to the weight of the original NA. Right around 2,300 pounds makes this a featherweight by modern standards. The throttle response you'll find when you drive an ND, it sometimes does take a little bit more of a jab than you expect. If you're used to driving other manual transmission cars, you do get used to it. But at the beginning, you might find yourself under revving on the heel toe downshifts. Incredible how smooth this engine is. It doesn't feel strained or rushed in any way as you push it to red line. It's like an eager dog. It says, yeah, again. No drama, no issues, just good vibes. My old FRS and GR86, you felt like you were braking the car as you took it closer to red line. I love that with the ND3, they've now addressed what I considered the greatest weakness of the car, which is the steering. Because now the steering has a noticeable improvement in feedback. Still have that great precision. Those little tweaks they made, lower friction and retuned E-Pass, has made it such that I wouldn't say that the steering is amazing, but it's no longer a weakness. And now it's time for the 2022 ND2 track prepped Miata. As always, full mod list down in the description. We have Shaftworks Bilanx 12K, 6K, one-way coilovers, Karcepts sway bars in front and rear, Flyin Miata 17x9 wheels with 45 offset, wrapped in Kumho V730s, and 245 all around. This wheel size and offset actually allows you to fit 245 section width in all four corners without having to roll the fenders. We of course have the Brembos because this is also a club with the BBR package. However, this has Project Mu pads, the Racer 999s. We have a Fab 9 Stage 2 tune, which the owner estimates is giving 200 horsepower to the crank. That's combined with the Skunk 4.1 header, stock mid-pipe, stock muffler, but we have the induction sound mod, which you'll appreciate from the cabin. Flyin Miata camber bushings. The owner also got rid of the OEM Recaros and put in this RSGE Recaro bucket. We've got the 9 lives, 67-inch big wang that is chassis mounted, and another chassis mounted front splitter with these 3D printed end plates, which is cool because he broke this going down Corkscrew, Laguna Seca, and he's like, yeah, because it's 3D printed, you can just print a new one, tack it right on. Love that. Various hood vents, fender vents, and canards, and of course a hard dog roll bar, because you need a roll bar in a Miata if you're going to be tracking it. Ooh. Oh, I'm a little bit too thick for this. Oh. We got this 6-point harness, no 3-point. Which I consider a little bit sketchy, because as you guys know, if you're street driving a harness and you get in an accident, you're not going to be wearing a Hans, and then your neck is not going to have a good time. We got the CAE shifter. Look at that, all exposed now. We're going to hear more of the transmission. And we got this Momo 320mm wheel. The screen is definitely from an ND2. Dude, I like how small this wheel is. This feels right in a Miata. They're gonna turn traction off. There we go. The owner put these stickers on for whatever dash lights are under that. Love it. Wow, this is so much more race car. Listen to those sounds. So tight, so bolt action rifle. Front end way sharper because we have 12K, 6K spring rates. These Shaftworks coilovers, and we have sway bars. Now, unlike mine, it's obviously going to be far less playful, more serious, more planted. We have way stickier rubber here and quite wider section width as well. Even the brake compound is grabbier. That high-pitched whine from the transmission with the induction note mod that he did. This is just... probably pulls just ever so slightly harder than my car with the tune and the headers and such. Not a massive difference by any means, but a welcome change. Doesn't have the same level of feedback as in the ND3 though. It actually has this sensation. Let me see how I can best explain this. If I'm turning and let go, it feels like it wants to stay rather than reset. Oh, there we go. Oh, this thing is so funny. Wow, okay, so spring rates, I mean, 12.6, you didn't need me to tell you that. That's too stiff for street. But this is obviously optimized for track work. And I'm sure there it's gonna feel great. Slow it down a little bit, let's gather our thoughts. This thing is actually pretty fun to use. This CAE shifter feels so tight, it definitely feels more race car. You get that transmission whine here. Suspension is too stiff for what I would want for dual duty. This is definitely a step in the track direction and compromising street comfort, which the owner is happy with. For me, and based on my use case, I want to find something that's, you know, maybe 8.4 or maybe even 10K. I love how sharp the front end is now. But I was expecting this car to have better steering, because as you make a car, as you stiffen various components, and as you make a car a little bit more track focused, you're going to get more feedback, more NVH, but again, more of that feedback, and not getting as much as I was expecting here, honestly. My ND3 definitely has better steering, feedback, and load up than this. See how the steering doesn't want to fully recenter, and that's what I mean by stickiness. I love Miatas. I love how they're these canvases and you can paint the picture that you want. The owner here, of course, doing something that is far more track focused than what most of you guys are going to be having, and it's cool to see what $12,000 can do in that direction. I'd love to try this car on track, especially with all that aero. All right, my friends, let me know what you think with a comment down below. And if you want your car reviewed, visit us on jabalandcars.com. Fill out that form on the homepage, and we'll be in touch. Much love, my friends, and I'll see you all in that next one.